What up, though, Pride Nation? Welcome back to another Field Review podcast show. It's gonna be a good one. I need to start numbering these. I really do. I don't know why I never thought of that. You can see I'm not as organized as I would like to be in terms of just having the episodes be organized. But I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna get this together. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get it right. But man, am I excited? Okay, I'm excited to talk some football. A lot of things have happened in a small, short window of time. I honestly suspect that more things are going to happen in a small period of time, and so it's just a matter of waiting at that point. But as you know, we got to talk about what's on the docket today. We obviously got to talk about Carryon Johnson being released or not being released. Yes, I said it that way because that's exactly how it came out. We got to talk about Frank Ragnow's new contract and if it's well deserved. We got to also talk about the Lions showing interest in a certain free agent. We got to talk about the Lions defense and what has been reported. We also got to talk about the press conference that was done by Mr. Jared Goff today and some free agents and a few other NFC North news that I think we should take a look at. All right. Now, if you have not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell because it's important. And let's see who we got in the building with us. Got Coffee and Football, BD Buster, Looney Tune, Bad Teddy, Jack Frost, Mars is Landing, Don Burr. Let me get on down here. Got to keep scrolling. I'm going a little bit faster than I would like. All right. Eltonio Jenkins, Jimbo G in the building. We got Cinnamon Pinos. I hope I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. We got Buffed Up. We got D in the building. We got Steven Westbrook, Motor City Thanos, Dominique Davis, Old Timer Dave. Let's see who else. Let me see. Make sure I miss somebody. Don 19, One Pride 40. You know, it's always a fun time to have this. Same with Pennicini. Oh, okay. All right. Listen, people. First things first, we got to talk about is Carryon Johnson. First, they say he's being released. Then they come back and say he's not being released. And I got to be honest, my initial reaction to the idea of him being released was basically like, this is a mistake. If you look at my community post, I simply and swiftly did exactly just that. Chris Watson in the building. What up, though? It's Greek. I suck at names. I try my best to be better at it, but I suck at it. So again, 100%. So when I first heard it, I thought it's a mistake, and I still feel like that. Now I will say this: Andrew from the Real Detroit Lions fan did calm me down and say, how many snaps is he going to take in this season anyway? And I'm like, I get it. I guess if you look at it from the snap count version, the fact that they have been dumping people who have been hurt, I get it. But it's like, to me, he is a weapon that I don't understand why cut. The contract was like, what, 1.3 million? Nothing. Like crumbs to the Lions, right? But he can catch up the backfield. He can still run the ball, and he can block. And so I was a little confused as to why would we make this move in the first place? Like, why do this? We need to find ways to do things a little bit different. Now, I got to be honest. I hope that they rethink this. The only reason I say that is because I know that they are trying to like backpedal a little bit to find a trade partner. But once you already announced that he's released, I don't really think there is a trade partner. I don't. And if you can find one, great. But I'm not sure if I'm buying into the hype that he should be released. Because I get it. You may like the young man from the 7th round, Mr. Jamar Jefferson. You may like him. But the reality is tell me right now, arguably right now on this team, who's the best blocker at the running back position? In fact, it was such an intriguing conversation that Cam from the Hood Cam, shout out to the homies, had to make a video explaining why it was so important to have that guy who can block. Now, I'm not saying DeAndre Swift can't do it, but he is not Carryon in this department. He's just not. It doesn't work that way. Now, Spencer Waddle's got a question. I generally take the questions at the end, but I'll take this one just for now. He's going to be really damn good. That's how good it is. D asked a question. Again, I take them questions at the end, but I'll do this one from now. Would you look into Elite Hooker to see if he can stay healthy? That's a question I'll get into later down the road, so you want to make sure you stay tuned. Down Bird says, Luke, he's a lazy bum, bro. Okay, why? Who says he's a lazy bum? Where did you get that? Because he doesn't post the videos on his social media no more? That's why he's a lazy bum now? Because he's not a part of the let me show you how I am. Like I'm just saying. I don't see it. I don't see a lazy bum. I didn't see a guy. 1.75 million for that's nothing. Breadcrumbs. And so I'm just thinking, let's be honest. We held on to Theoretic for how long? For him to do what? Just catch the fucking ball at the backfield. We literally held on to a running back who was a slot receiver. For what? Couldn't block, couldn't run a goddamn ball. And we held on to him. And here's a guy who can catch the ball, can block, and can run it, and we cut him. So I feel like this is a mistake. I feel like this is a huge mistake. If they follow through on this, I think they're going to regret it. Because there is nothing wrong with having this guy. If you bring in Swift on the third down, I'm pretty sure most teams are going to do what I would think is say, oh, it's probably a pass. And I'm not worried about this guy blocking. If you bring in Carryon, you can call a draw play, you can call a pass play, you can whatever you want. It's your world. And I just feel like that if you're going to cut him, if you're going to move on from him, I understand from the standpoint that you feel like you got three other guys you want to roll with. I understand that he has not been healthy. But I can tell you this much. You're gonna want that blocking running back. It's a serious thing for me. I've watched too many years of I hated Theoretic, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I hated Theoretic. You know, I hated him because I knew when he got in the game, I knew what the plan was. You know, and when you have somebody who's doing that, there's no getting around it. 100% no getting around it. So if my initial reaction was that, I'm also going to still trust the process, but I feel like this is one of them things where I can't praise him for releasing Carryon Johnson. You could have found ways to do things different. I mean, just 100% ways to do it different. Jack Frost Lions got their eyes on running back. June 1st cuts like Sony Michel. I mean, now if you telling me they doing it for that reason, okay, give me some logic. Give me some logic behind it. But I'm telling you, having that blocking back is a huge thing. And if you like, I'm gonna do a whole video on it that literally show like the full breakdown of Carryon just blocking. It's not the way he do is too good to pass up. I just feel like it, and then they come back, which I found weird. They came back and was like, "Oh, his future hasn't been decided yet." When did you? Well, why would you announce it? Like, why would y'all then turn around and announce it? Ian Rappaport didn't just come out and say that because of nothing. Somebody told him. So why would y'all announce it? You told him you was gonna release him. His agent told everybody else so they can be made aware so he can find employment. Now you want to backpedal. It's like, come on, bro. I'm just not with it. Jimbo G says, field review. I wouldn't see them cutting him for $1.75 million with him. I believe it's his injuries. Remember, they said you can't do all three because of health. I feel like the health do play a part in it, but you're talking about a guy who's going to be third on your depth chart, maybe fourth, and you're only bringing a man on blocking downs, and he still has value as a back, and it doesn't cost you anything. It just don't. Don Burr says, Luke, you reaching, bro. Like this Carryon was that guy. He's cut in enough time to find a team classy move. Love the new regime. I feel you on that. On the idea that they cut him with enough time to find a new team and to latch on. But this is not a reach, bro. This ain't no reach. You cannot tell me who is the running back who blocks like Carryon Johnson. You ain't finna tell me that, bro. Show me the running back who blocks like that. Now, with that, I got to segue into something else because I want to show the people some love. One of my subscribers has a beautiful business, and so I think there's a little bit of a kid in all of us. Okay, there's a healthy amount of geek and nerd in every single one of us. We all love comic books and everything, and so this beautiful gentleman has a company that will service all your needs. So let me go ahead and give him a little love and promotion because, like I said, here on the Field Review, we celebrate people. You do good, your ass will get on here. I'm gonna give you all the praise you need. If you are interested in things like collectibles, or if you like me, you're a Star Wars fan, you like movies and comic books and stuff like that, then you're going to love the Collector Zone. This is one of the places you can come and get all type of cool collectibles, not just cards, not just memorabilia, not just t-shirts, movies, and anything else that you can think of, but you can get statues and everything else in between. What's beautiful about this is not only does this guy right here, this right here, this right here. See, I had to remix that a little bit. Not only does this guy give you that, he has a YouTube channel where you can see his products. You can see how some of the things that you're going to purchase come. And maybe you want a model light size figure or somebody. You can get that for a fair cost. Maybe, just maybe, like me, because I love things like, X-Men and stuff like that. Maybe you want a nice collectible X-Men character that you can interchange and take the pieces off. You can find it here. Or maybe you just like me and want to see something cool. You can still go here and simply subscribe and see all the things he got. And then eventually shoot him a message. He'll respond. And now guess what? You have yourself that new collectible item. But because he's one of my subscribers and because he's doing himself a favor and running a business that is servicing those like me who can't help the inner child in them, I want to share this joy. And so I hope that you all go and subscribe to his channel. And I hope that you all go and show some support and get you some collectibles, people. Now, let's get back to some football. All right. Let's keep this 100, people. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and I like to try to do my best to keep it 100. So this comes from Guy Coffee in Football. He says, Luke, just because the old regime held on to onto a running back does not mean we need to make the same mistake. I'm just saying that health is a bigger factor. I respect that. I do. I respect that. But I honestly believe this, and y'all can kill me for it afterwards. I honestly believe that half the people who got put on IR last year was put on IR just simply because they was trying to save face to use the same excuse that look how many people was hurt, and it didn't work. It didn't. And I really believe that they were doing just that. Carryon Johnson being gone, I think we will look back on this and say it's a mistake. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. We're going to get into a game. I'm telling y'all right now, I can see the writing on the wall. We're going to get into a game. They're going to blitz us. And the first thing everybody's going to do is blame Sewell. If we had a drafted a receiver, we wouldn't have had this problem, man. If we had a drafted Fields, we wouldn't have had this problem, man. I see all the excuses coming. I see every single one of them. One of the things that makes Ezekiel Elliott so special over there in Dallas is not only can he run it, not only can he catch it, he will block. I believe that is similar to Carryon. And yes, I know he has his fair share of injuries. Yes, but he's not going to be a starter. You're not asking him to be a starter. And even if he is this, delusional life as Carryon's a glorified fullback, I'll take it. Because at the very least, you don't know what's going to happen. You just don't. So I get it. Black Stuff says Jamal Williams can block. Okay. Carryon can block. Okay. Are they blocking like, Swift can block? Are they blocking like Carryon? No. I watched the film. Now, I can agree to this with Dominique. He says, I do believe in players' development. There's no reason our other backs can't get better at blocking. I believe that to be the case. Like, I get it. Looney Tunes says, you want Carryon to play tackle or something? I want him to play to something. D says, Zeke been on a decline. He sure has been on a decline because he's lazy. He's a narcissistic-ass lazy dude. However, he's still a talent. And there's been a lot of players in this league who's been narcissistic and crazy. I'm simply just saying, okay? I'm simply just saying, dude, the stuff that he do, these other backs ain't finna do. He says, Luke, we acting like Swift can't block. Okay, well, I'm glad you said that, because part of what I want to show y'all, let me go and cue it back up. Part of me want to show y'all why I feel the way I feel. And it's not me trying to make nobody look bad. It's just, you know what? I can make a video on that. I'll save it. I'm gonna make a video on it, and then you guys can go in there and destroy me afterwards. I just think it's a mistake. I'm not even the hugest Carryon Johnson fan. I just like the ability that he can block and he can catch up the backfield. And I believe that the running back that we saw in the first year, you're going back to a zone run, you're going to get that production. I just, we're going to probably end up letting him go, and we ain't going to get nothing for it. And it is what it is. But I like what he brings to the table. Now, like I said, y'all ain't got to always agree with me. That's the beauty about talking sports. I don't want y'all to agree with me. I want y'all to challenge me. I want y'all to say I'm full of crap or I'm nuts. I'm ludicrous. I don't lost my. I love all of that. That's the point of talking football. But let's keep it 100, man. There are certain aspects of a player's game that you just don't want to get rid of because it's that good. And I'm not saying that if you want to let him walk after this year, cool. But going into it with these three backs, I don't feel that they have the same blocking ability as a Carryon Johnson. Carryon was doing D linemen dirty. Linebackers were getting stopped dead in their tracks. The mother dudes, I don't know. It says, Luke, KJ's blocking percentage is a little better than Jamal Williams. How much would you re-sign KJ for with his new contract? I'm not worried about the contract. I'm saying let him play his contract out. I don't care. Let him play his contract out. He can play it out. For all, to be honest with you, he can play it out, and at the end of the year, let him walk. I mean, you're going to cut him anyway, right? Right? Like you're going to cut him anyway. So my attitude to it is, if you're going to cut him anyway, let him play his last year out, and he's there in case of emergency at best. BD Buzz says, Luke, if he's hurt, he's not playing, so it really doesn't matter. You're right. If he's hurt, then it's another thing. Luke, we studied the draft. We was all wrong. What are you talking about? Now I'm confused. We studied the draft. He was all wrong. I'm not sure what you're saying, Downber, but I'm pretty sure you're going to clear it up for me. It says you need to lose your rabbit as mine. Well, it should be two S's in there, but I get what you're doing there. I appreciate that. I'm just telling y'all, how much money do we save from Carryon? Good question. This is a question from Delusional Lion fan. Good question. I'm just telling y'all can call me nuts. Y'all can say I'm crazy. I'm just saying to y'all, you're going to release a guy that you're not even really saving no money from. I'm just showing you. So how much money would you say? How much money would you say we save, or do you think we will save with getting rid of Carryon? 1.3 million. That's what we save. His contract for this season is 1.1% of the salary cap. So you're talking about 1.37 million save to cut him. You might as well let that dude just finish his contract out. Like, I'm being honest. And I'm not acting as if though, like this is something. I just feel like this is going to end up being one of them things that I'm going to look back on in the game. And I'm telling y'all, this is more about what I know this fan base is going to do. I know what this fan base is going to do. The minute a sack is given up off of the right, all you're going to hear people say is Penny Sewell, man. I thought he was this, man. I thought he was that, man. That's all you're going to hear. You ain't going to hear nothing else. But you're talking about a guy, you literally take a 702 dead cap hit to save 1.3, if you round up 1.37. Let that dude finish his fucking season out. You could at least let him go through the camp and seeing how he worked through the camp and seeing how stuff go down. And then if it didn't work, you like, all right, cool. But I just feel like this might be a mistake. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Nico Collins is not going to get drafted. 47 seconds later, the Houston Texans select Nico Collins. So this ain't the first time. Okay. I've been wrong before. I just my soul tells me that if it doesn't make sense. It just don't. Jimbo G says you will cut him at the end of the year. You're correct. They will use Feller for blocking. He must be healthy in order to play, though. And I understand that. But the way that the new contracts are set up and the way that the new agreements are set up, if he's not healthy, the moment he becomes healthy, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna take my money. Fine. We ain't had a camp yet. We ain't even had a training camp. He just lost his job to a 7th round running back because he projected to go in the 3rd. I don't care. What I know is that running back ain't blocking like Carryon. Jamal Williams ain't blocking like Carryon. And DeAndre Swift ain't blocking like Carryon. Carryon jacks shit up. He gets it done. And I guess my issue is, what do we gain by cutting him? What are we getting? Sports Gaming said that 1.3 can be put somewhere else. Okay. That's a fair point. I'm not going to kill you. Troy says, nah, bro, all Bubs need to leave this home. I ain't mad at you, bro. I'm not mad at nothing nobody's saying. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at nothing nobody's saying. So they gonna use that 1.37 to put, man, Staley is done. Don't you better put him in there. Don't do me like that now. Come on. Maybe he wanted out. That's not what the stories have said. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that. We can switch over to the new topic. You feel me? You know, he said we talk about L.I. and L.I. Bro, you so silly, bro. The next thing up here, man, obviously, you know, the Detroit Lions is making sure that whoever played quarterback for them for the next few years is going to have an offensive line. They go out and they re-sign Mr. Frank Ragnow. And the question that I'm going to ask is which was really asked to me, was he worthy of being the highest paid center? And I swiftly told that person, hell yes, he was. Because at the end of the day, guess what's going to happen? By this time next year, he would no longer be the highest paid center. He's only the highest paid center now. Somebody's going to get a contract and make more money than him. But again, if you look at what Frank Ragnow does for this team and how he handles his business, very few mistakes, lets the people on the line know what's going on. He is an extension to the quarterback. If you look at Peyton Manning, he'll tell you how important it was to have a guy like Jeff Saturday. Tom Brady talks about his centers. One Pride 40 says, Luke, if Swift and Williams block better, then I can roast you 100%. But to me, Ragnow being the highest paid center to me is simply just that. They needed to get the deal done. What I'm happy about is they picked up that 5th-year option and got the deal done before they let him get to the last year of his deal. See, this is where you start to show smart business move. One of the problems is, and this happened with Sue, it happened with a lot of these players, happened with Kenny Galladay. They wanted contracts before their contract expired. Lions waited and said, well, we're going to give it to you when the contract expires. No, they wanted a good faith to show like, look, I'm going to be here. I know where I'm going to be. I can make plans. But now when the opportunity presents itself and I can make plans elsewhere, damn it, I'm going elsewhere. The same deal that they handed Kenny Galladay and the Giants, we offered that same damn deal. He said no. You know how much more money we would have saved if we offered that deal to him when he still had a year on his contract? We wasn't late to the party on Frank Ragnow this time. And the best thing about what we did this time is we let the player know up front, you ain't got to look at other options. You are here for the long haul. But you have a lot of people who feel like, oh, the Lions again overpaying for offensive linemen. I'm not making this up, y'all. This is what people saying me. This is what people tell me. They're telling me that the Lions overpaid for Frank Ragnow. This is what they're saying. That he would never live up to his contract. I told him that he already did. And I don't see no reason why he won't continue. They hit me up. They say, Luke, you mean to tell me he the best center in the league? And I said, yes. Can you name somebody better? They couldn't tell me not one. Not one. But I got people hitting me up telling me that, it's a mistake. Detroit's on Big Will in the building. Disrespectful as hell. Breaking news, Carryon Johnson just got injured taking groceries into the house. You way disrespectful. You way disrespectful. I'm with you, Joey, 2 times. He did talk about that. He said it was a complete back. But again, this is about Frank Ragnow at this point. I just look at this and I say, why is it that we can't never just be excited? This fan base sometimes exhausts the F out of me. Like, seriously. Because some of the things that they get upset about, I have a hard time figuring it out. Which now I got to go into another segment because the rumors were if the Bears didn't trade up, the Vikings were prepared at 14 had Justin Fields fell to them to take him. And then I got another message. Could you imagine what would have happened if the Vikings got Justin Fields? I'm like, yeah, he would have killed us. No. What you mean? I'm not worried about no damn Justin Fields. Y'all acting like they just went out and got Mike Vick or some damn bio. Like they just went out and got the next Peyton Manning. I'm not worried about no damn Justin Fields. I'm not. I don't expect him to do a whole lot for the Bears. I just don't. The one thing I know he gonna do is when it comes time to get paid, he gonna get his money. So I know that's gonna happen. But let's be honest. We were losing to Mitchell Trubisky. What am I gonna worry about a goddamn Fields for? Seriously. So this idea that quarterback should have been high on our list don't make sense. It's not there. It's not logical. And we sit there and we examine it, and we look some more, and we examine it, and we look some more, and well, if he was on the Vikings, he would be on the bench. Just like if he was on the Lions, he'd be on the bench. Just like he about to be on the bench for the Bears. What are we talking about? They blowing up my stuff off of expectations and potential. What about our expectations and potential? The guys that we take and what they can do to help this organization now. What about them? I just look at it and I say, let's be honest. I noticed that most of our fan base that have been hitting me up in recent time all hit me up with fear. That's what it is. Everything, Lions had a bad draft because they fear who somebody else was going to go to. That's what it boiled down to. As a Lion fan base, the only business you should be minding is yours. In other words, worry about the Lions. Because no matter who they play, they play them 2 times a year. Fair enough. What about the other opponents? I'm just saying. Dominic Davis says, I've never been this excited about an O-line before. Feel like such a football nerd. Me neither. And for the Lions of all freaking teams. The Lions. But our fan base is more concerned about what other teams in the division is doing. And why we should be worried for a guy who's going to be on the bench. I don't understand it. Luke, did you flaw? Did I see flaws in Fields' game? Yeah, I saw flaws in this game. Shit. But history tells me that Ohio State quarterbacks ain't nothing to worry about. You're working up yourself for nothing. You just are. This is the other part of it. D makes a very good point. He went to a team with no O-line, one wide receiver, and that's it. I mean, what's y'all panicked about? Y'all blowing up my thing talking about how much better this team got because they put somebody on the bench. Meanwhile, every player the Lions took going to be on the field this year. Every player. How many starters did the Lions draft this year? And we worried about what other teams going to do, what the Vikings was going to do before this other team traded up. They just let a dead man walking do the same thing that our dead man walking did. And he made a mistake. It's just my observation. But the truth is we're spending too much time worrying about other people's business. If you're going to worry about it, worry about it. But I ain't going to say worry about it. Think about it. Toss the thought out the goddamn window and look at what your team did. So I'm just looking at it. How many sacks has Ragnow given up in his tenure here? He should get a meal for every game he did not have one. How many would that make him then? I think I heard that he only gave up one. I think I heard one. I think. I can't even remember because I have so many things I have to hit on today because I got hit with so many different things. Which brought me to the next question. This one right here is another one. It's a hot topic. Luke, did you hear about Melvin Ingram? Yep. Oh, man, we should get him. Nope. I'm going to say it again. Luke, we should get Melvin Ingram. Nope. Luke, why would you mean no? Why would you not want to get Melvin Ingram? And he going to do... Why do we got Julian McCord for? Why do we bring in these other people? If all we going to do is go out and get that, why? No. Yeah, we talking about getting more outside rushing linebackers and stuff like that. Cool. Where's my safeties? Why are we not talking about other things like other safeties or adding more linebackers? There are some free agents that I do want, that I do think can come in and can help us. But am I looking at Ingram as one of those people? No. No, I'm not. Are there other people in the free agency yes. Could we use the $1.37 million from Carryon to get him? Sure. But when y'all showing up telling me about Melvin Ingram, and I'm telling you, your starting safeties is going to look something similar to Tracy Walker, Will Harris, or Marlowe. And we're talking about Melvin Ingram. We're talking about Ryan Kerrigan. No. I'm not with it. I have bigger and better plans, and I have things that need to get done. And none of those are going to get done with me adding players at positions I really don't need them at this point. I got people I got to develop. 100%. Give me 1 second. Hold on. All right. I'm back. My apologies. I got to still do daddy duties. But again, there's all this conversation about bringing in people like Melvin Ingram. I know I see the name coming up right now, Bobby McCain. I don't give a who they take as safety, bro. I'm being honest when I say this. There's only one person that I'm not even grossly interested in at safety, and that's Jeff Heath. That's it. He's the only one. The rest of them, I ain't mad, bro. I'm not mad. But when I go through and I look at the available free agents, I can think of a few of them I can bring in that still gives me the help that I need. And it's not me being funny. It's not me just trying to look for a reason and just be like, oh, yeah, no. But like we talking about Melvin Ingram. Why are we not talking about Kenny Vaccaro? We need a safety, people. We need a safety. We ain't talking about Bradley McDougal. Why we ain't talking about him? Name me the safeties. We need more linebacker help. Why are we not talking about Avery Williamson? Where's them people at? Where's them names coming up at? Every time somebody get cut, the first thing that I hear is we should get them. Atlanta Falcons, we go over there. We think about trading Julio. Man, we should trade for Julio. Why? Why? This whole process is development time. That's what this is about. You can literally go out and sign linebacker Avery Williamson. If you just so desperate to get another pass rusher, you can go out and get Bruce Irvins dirt cheap. Maybe you don't like the tight end. You can sign him. It's other tight ends, Trey Burton. Whatever your thing is. It's so much more stuff we need besides a edge rusher. But I'm not getting that in my DMs. I'm not getting no messages. I'm getting why we need to take Melvin Ingram. We should stay as far away as we can from Melvin Ingram. And that's if you could bring him here cheap. Your safeties as it stands now, not me, not my personal view, but your safeties as they stand now are Tracy Walker and Will Harris. Do you feel good about that? I sure as hell don't. You think CJ Moore can beat out Will Harris and Tracy Walker? You think Dean Marlowe can beat one of them two out? What about Bobby Price? Can he beat him out? What about Deshaun Amos? Is he going to get a fair shot? And we're talking about Melvin Ingram, a guy that literally plays the same position as Julian and Romeo Core, that Jelani Tavai is probably going to be used similarly to. Jalen Reeves maybe going to be used similarly to. And we're talking about that guy. Why? Y'all ain't named one damn safety in my DMs, but I'm getting a whole lot of defensive pass rushers. Trying to figure it out. So I'm just saying, if you asking Luke, how I'm feeling about Melvin Ingram, I hope it's just more noise. Because I don't want that. I get the idea, but if you can put pressure on them, you can keep the pressure coming, then you ain't got to worry about the safeties. That only lasts for so long, and I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. But you know what I also seen happen? And it's been more consistent. Go and look at every team who had a legitimate threat at safety. Go and look at them. Seattle, any team. I remember when the Broncos moved Champ Bailey to safety. Look how teams was like, nope, not over there. Don't throw there. Nope. But we fall in love with the name because it's Melvin Ingram. And like always, we get him too late. I remember I was going off because we gave up a 6th-round pick for Everson Griffin, and nobody can understand why. Because we always getting people too goddamn late. Where they can't do nothing for us, and then we wasted a pick on it. But as far as I'm concerned, hit me up in my DMs about the safeties available. You want Trey Boston? Then damn it, tell me about Trey Boston. Because I don't think it's too many people I can shoot down at the safety spot. I don't. We need another damn safety. You want to hit me up and tell me, you want to try to kick the tires on Kawhi Alexander? Okay, we can talk about that. Kenny Vaccaro, we can talk about that. I got people talking about Duke fucking Johnson. Man, we can go get Duke Johnson. So I'm giving up Carryon Johnson for Duke Johnson. The guy who was given a shot. And don't get me started. I hear Malik Hooker name keep coming up. But that's only coming up from people who understand that the problem is safety. And we ain't talking about safety. We're talking about Melvin Ingram. The Lions, if you're listening to me, if anybody in the Lions organization that's in this room right now listening to me, stay as far away as you can from Melvin Ingram. Don't spend a penny on them until you get us a goddamn strong safety. I need somebody who can play in the box, outside the box, with range, who's smart, who can get people in line. Until we get that, don't come telling me about no damn Justin Houston. Don't come telling me about no Olivier Vernier. I don't want to hear about no damn Melvin Ingram. Don't come telling me about these people. Don't tell me about no Sheldon Richardson. Stop hitting my DMs with this stuff. The only names I want to hear is Malik Hooker, Trey Boston. I want to hear Kenny Vaccaro. Okay, I want to hear names that start at the safety spot. Bradley McDougal. Give me somebody that I can put at our safety spot. All right, you want to tell me Will Parks is the answer? Then tell me about Will Parks. I don't want to hear about what Camilla Corriere did for Jacksonville and Tennessee. I don't care. We got young guys. This is about being able to see the vision. Lions just signed a safety from Oregon. Okay. You think we done? You think we done? Shout out to my man JGB who says peace out. He got to head out. Got to get back to work. But you think we done? I'm just telling y'all the names that I'm getting sent. Y'all gonna love this one. I even had somebody who was like, bro, we really should, man. We should really bring back my man Sherrod. I said, who? Jabbar Sherrod. I said, what was that? Remember the outside Russian linebacker we had before? Bro, no, stop playing with me. I know who you was talking about playing stupid for a reason. I was hoping you caught on. I had another one hit me up. Man, we should bring Marvin Horn back. So what we going to do with those other guys we just took as an undrafted free agent? Just they chop liver? Like, come on, man. We got to be better. We got to be better. We got. Listen, I need a surefire, strong safety. Get that, then come talk to me about everything else. Let's get to our next topic, people. The Detroit Lions said they're going to go into a 3-4. Got me to thinking. Are the Detroit Lions built for the 3-4, or should they just go ahead and cut their losses and go into a 4-3? Okay. I thought long and hard about this because it makes sense on two fronts. The first part of me said, okay, are we built for a 3-4? Yeah, we came from a 3-4. Literally came from a 3-4. Why am I okay with them saying that they're going to go into a 3-4? Because if you're smart and you're trying to win now and you're not trying to do this drastic change like that, then you do it. But the question now becomes, are we built for a 3-4? Yeah. Now the McNeil picks make more sense. The Levi, Onwuzurike, I hope I said that right, probably didn't. Now that pick makes more sense. They can play in and out of it. One of the things you heard me say off rip, when it came to Derek Barnes, I said he could play all the linebacker spots in the end. He could play in a 4-3 or a 3-4. And I'm like, cool. 100%. But the truth is if you're trying to get a lot done in a short period of time, you really don't want to make a lot of changes. And that's one of the things that you learn from Pittsburgh. When Mike Tomlin took over, he looked at what he had and he was like, how long is it going to take me to really restructure this team back into a 4-3? And the first thing he said is, well, let me get some people with some versatility, but my goal is to implement as much of my base defense as a 3-4. And yeah, he still runs some little bit of 4-6, a little bit of 4-3, but he didn't go drastic on changing it. And they shouldn't either. Because think about it. If you just look right next door to the Green Bay Packers, you got Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith. All they do is rush. Now, that could be Romeo and Julian. And now, because they in a little personal competition, you're going to get everything from them two rushing out the outside. Your inside backers can be Barnes, because they already said he's going to play Mike. And it can be Collins, which I'm not a fan of that. But you know what? It is what it is. He here. And your backups can be Jelani Tavai. Alex Anzalone, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, right? But your D line will get a different push now. I love this quote right here. I love this from Don Burr. They have a plan, bro. They are 19 steps ahead of us. They drafting with the purpose. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Onzarike. Thank you. 3-3-5 for the love of God. This is what the head coach said. We're going to play 3-4. They quote unquote let it slip. Maybe it's a smoke screen. I don't know. But he said it. Then they don't say a lot of things before and lie right between their teeth. But I'm just telling you, if they are going into the 3-4, we have pieces to do it. But and I know the rule is you got to have some dog linebackers, but just think about it. Julian Accor and Romeo rushing off the edge. Or let's say you decide to get real freaky with it. You could put Julian on one side, Barnes on the other, Tavai on the inside with Collins. You still going to get some heat. Because you still got Trey down there. You still going to have McNeil or Brockers, because Brockers going to probably be playing one of the DN spots. Like, you're going to see it. I had to go back and look at more footage on Levi. He played in a lot of 3-4. A lot of it. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I see people already puking. It ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my fault. I'm just telling you what it is. But you have to stay with that same plan. That's why I'm talking about the safety. Now, do I think we should go to a 4-3? Yes, I'm biased as hell. As a middle linebacker, I sucked in the 3-4. I couldn't get with it. I played too fast to have to wait for linemen to figure out their spot and their spacing. I liked it in the 4-3 because I had multiple gaps I can hit. And I usually chose the right one. So yes, I'm biased as hell. Of course I want a 4-3. 4 down lineman that can get at you without you having to blitz. That's awesome. Right? Like that's dope. I'm with that. But if I'm being smart and I'm being responsible, the Lions ain't ready for that transition. We would need too many more pieces to make that transition. And right now we are in perfect position to just stay in the 3-4 with better coaching. Just off of better coaching alone, it's going to work. It's a good one right here. Southwest Lions says just because they say 3-4 doesn't mean it would end up being a 3-4. They have the personnel to go for a 3 or 4-2-5 pretty easily. I think that's true. But I'm going to go by what he said. he said, Dan Campbell said they're going to play a 3-4 as a base defense. Not me, Dan Campbell. And I'm not killing them. I'm just saying if you're being responsible, then you probably should stay in the 3-4. Because you're going to need more. If you come out right now, like I'm just being honest, if you come out right now and you do the 4-3, who's your starting 4, right? So let's say the starting 4 is left end, let's say is Trey. Let's say your interior guys are Brockers and Levi, right? And let's say your other end is Romeo. So now your linebackers are not going to end up being Barnes as the inside. Well, I probably would put Burns to the weak side if it was me. Well, it's going to be kind of a challenge. But I probably would put him at the weak side. I like him in the inside, though, too. You can't go wrong with Burns, period. Let's be honest. You can't go wrong with him. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, your linebackers is now Tavai in the inside with your outside backers being Barnes and Collins. Great. I'm not mad at it. And now you got to rotate in McNeil. You got to rotate in John Pennicini. I'm with it. I'm not mad at it. But if I'm trying to create confusion and disruption, I got the ability to do it now because I got hybrid players who can do things. I could put Barnes in as an inside linebacker and blitz him, and you not sure where it's coming from. I have options. Now Brandon Anderson says he think they plan on being multiple sets. The 3-4 is just a base, similar to how the Rams defense is. I agree. But my question is should we be making a transition? Should we be making a transition of moving to the 4-3 as a general base and idea? That's just because Delusional Lion fan asked for it. Oh, he said show a 3-4 graphic. Hold on. Wasn't paying attention, bro. My bad. Let me go see if I can find it. I just think overall, these are some of the reasons why I am okay with the Lions and why I think we're going to win some games. Why I point out certain things and it don't gotta take. Luke, Carryon wasn't putting the work in. Ain't played a damn snap in college or pros. I can lift 225 10 times. That's impressive. I ain't mad at you, bro. Let me see. Burns runs around at linebacker blowing people up. That dude's different, bro. Luke, Burns will be the Mike. Dancy already confirmed it. No, listen, we in agreement that he's going to be the Mike. I'm just playing around with the idea of him in the 4-3, where I would want him at in the 4-3. But yes, he did confirm that. And he wearing number 55 too. One of my favorite numbers. Tobias dope on Madden, laughing out loud, but you went all the way to the Madden on him. Daniel Hunter would be nice in Detroit. Huh? I don't think Vikings is trading him or cutting him. If they are, why would the Lions be interested? I'm good on that. Antonio Jenkins says Burns is my favorite person we drafted. He's going to be a monster. I would be surprised if he don't pan out. D, I'm with you, D. 3-4 can be good if you get the players. You got to have the right people. You know they going to go where Tavai at, Luke. Knock him down, get past him. I think it's a little different because you're going to have bodies in a way to kind of do something a little different. See, in Patricia's defense, they were just told to hold their positioning, and the linebackers go and field. Stupid. Because half the time they were telling them to hold position, they were having them hold positions in places where the linebackers couldn't field because the guy was in the spot. He was forced to only field one opening spot, and they often bounced it outside. Just don't see the logic in it. Listen to Luke. I played fast. I played too fast. I did. I did. Whatever my first read was, damn it, I took off. And if I was wrong, you could cuss me out in the film study afterwards. But once I saw what I saw, I was committed. Tell you the truth. People act like the 3-4 cannot generate pressure. Yeah, I don't know why that's the case. In fact, if you look at it, I mean, Pittsburgh has gave you the blueprint. It's been working just fine for them. So, man, everyone relax on Baltimore has always been a 3-4. Okay. Julian is a bull rusher. Let's see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody's comments. Luke, when can you move around and go where you want with middle linebacker? When can you move around and go where you want with the middle linebacker? I'm not even trying to understand your question or how you word it. Maybe I'm just not catching that. My bad. It's a delusion says run a 4-4, bro. What do you? I'm not even responding to that one, man. What delusion? Come on, bro. They probably run a defense based on what works against a given opponent. Well, they said that. They said it's going to be based on what works against a given opponent. But I'm just saying, if you're looking at it right now, you got to look at it and say, what it do. Aaron Burton says Chris Sims had Levy as his number 1 D tackle in the whole draft. I saw that. I saw him talking about it. He had a few other people rated high, and people told him he was crazy, and he ended up being right. So I saw that. I saw that video and everything. Rich Ross says we should be happy Matty P. Everything gonna look better. Listen, the 3-4 looked bad because of who that guy was as the head coach. He really believed and bought into the rocket scientist. He really thought because he won a Super Bowl with New England that he had arrived. He failed on every front. Now, we got 101 people in here. Can y'all do me a smooth favor? Hit that like button for me. Get them likes up. I only got 26 likes from what I can see. Can we get that likes up for me? And if you already put one in there, like this chat up with an emoji. You know how we do it here. I'm just saying. But this is the reality. Do you feel confident in them going into the season, knowing for a fact that they're going to more than likely play a base 3-4? Or would you prefer them to just say, F that, let's scratch this right now. I want to go into the season as a 4-3. What do you guys want to do? For me, I think if you're being smart and responsible, you want to keep the 3-4 for right now. You just do. You got physical corners. You got a safety. You notice I said A. It ain't like you got a whole bunch of them. But if you are one of those people who want to go into it right now it's a 4-3, let it be known. Tell me what is your vision? I think the logical, mental, psychological part of it is to simply go into it with what you started out with. You got to make whatever you have work with what you have. And I think the responsible thing is to go into it with the 3-4. Now, I'm not against the 4-3, but understand what that 4-3 means. Some more changes is coming down the pipeline. And I don't know if we're there yet. Yeah, I know Chris has been right about a lot of them. Appreciate the hits. I respect you dearly. I think safety is the biggest missing piece, and I'm going to tackle that in my next video. Okay. Safety is the biggest missing piece. I don't want to hear about no damn Melvin Ingram. If I get one more DM about Melvin Ingram, I'm burning up the whole entire Discord and Twitter. I'm burning it up. It's ridiculous. Talk to me about the safeties. We need safeties bad. I see a lot of people want that 4-3. Okay. So what you saying is they need to go ahead and scrap it and get it done this year. I understand that it's going to be an adjustment then. But to me, I just feel like the logical. Oh, no, I can't do that Tampa 2, bro. I don't see that too long. I can't do that Tampa 2. I'm not saying Tampa 2 is some bullshit. I just can't do it no more. Because you got to ask yourself, who's on your team at cornerback? I don't know if you want to play that game and going into a Tampa 2, especially when you only got a safety. So 3D linemen, 4 linebackers, 3 cornerbacks, 1 safety sounds like the formula till next year. I like how you think, God, coffee and football. I think Will Harris' time is up. To be honest, he hasn't really done anything. He can probably be good as a backup. I think if he bulk up, he might be, even in case of emergencies, you might be able to make him a linebacker in case of emergencies. But I'm not a fan of Will Harris, bro. I'm just not. What kind of offense you think we're going to run? According to Dan Campbell, because he was talking on that damn Sirius radio show, it's supposed to be a balance with a complete mixture of every damn thing. He said you're going to see some West Coast, some spread. He said you're going to see some air raid. This is what he's claiming. I'm going to take his word for it. He's claiming that it's supposed to be all these different changes, and it's supposed to be like based on who we play. So, just saying. Yeah, like I said, Malik Hooker, talk to me about people like that. Talk to me about new safety. I don't want to hear about no damn D lineman. So, you want to make sure you do that 3-4. What do you say? 3-4 is the way to go. I just think that's the responsible thing to do. Crimson Shadow, Okuda's probably moving to safety with Malafontu taking the number 2 along with Amani. Then we can talk then. Because if that happens, you got your safety problem fixed. If that happens, I believe that he's a safety. I just think I've seen Jeff Okuda. I've seen him. These people not running routes. They just ran past them. They didn't juke, shake, twist, turn. They ain't do none of that. Top Tier says, what makes you say no to the 4-3? We have the personnel. Okay, so here's why I'm gonna say no to the 4-3 for right now. The team is coming off of a team that was built around the 3-4. And so if you're going to the 4-3, you got to have a healthy rotation at D-line. Okay? That's the first thing you got to look at. So let's look at our D linemen. You got Emil, Michael Brockers, and then I'm going to say Levi and John Pennicini. That's 4. I think Nick Williams is gone. I think Deshaun Hand is gone. I think Jason Cornell is gone. I think John Atkins is gone. So I think they got 4 D tackles right now. There go your 2-guy rotation. You're going to need more than that. At the DN spot, you brought in a guy like Charles Harris, right? We are going to question if Austin Bryant is going to stay on this team. They still got Joel Heath. He's gone. Robert McCray, gone. But Derek Barnes and Sean Dion Hamilton, he's going to make the team. Jalen Reeves-Maybin going to make the team. So now I need more linebackers for rotation. So when I look at it, I don't think we got the depth to switch over to the 4-3. But in the 3-4, and a lot of the players that we added, like Charles Harris, that's what he's good at. Derek Barnes is good at that. Sean Dion Hamilton. Like, they're good in those things. Jelani Tavai, you essentially going to say, what you doing with Jelani Tavai? Like, what we doing with him? So I'm not saying that it can't work. I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying that it's going to come with a transition different than it would be to just stay in the defense that you're already in and use the talent that you have to work that defense out. That's all I'm saying. Let me see. Make sure before I switch topics, I hit on everybody else's points. I don't want to miss nobody, so I do apologize if I do. What do you think of linebacker Noah Sewell playing for Oregon? I haven't watched him enough yet to have an opinion on him, so I don't want to just blow smoke up your ass. So unfortunately, I can't say until I can like actually sit down and like dive into his life story and stuff and get it. Brockers can play DN and D tackle. All right, I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. I'll show you what I mean. I know exactly what you're saying. Brockers can play DN and D tackle. Trey can play that DN D tackle. Levi can play DN D tackle. I get it. McNeil, they all can do it. They all can do it. But it's about having a consistent rush because you're going to be constantly rushing 4. And so now you got to tell me how many backups do we legitimately have for the 4-3. So hold on. All right. Let me get your comment off the screen for a second. Hold on, Top Tier. Now I wonder that too, though, Top Tier, if they was bluffing with that 3, because why would he let that out the bag already? But I'm curious. But I'm just going to show you the defense as it is now, Top Tier. And you tell me, what do you feel comfortable with? First thing I want you to tell me is this. Who's your starting 4? Give me your starting 4. Okay? Who's the starting 4 in your 4-3? That's the first thing I need to know. Because that's going to help me understand your logic behind this. Not saying that what you're thinking is wrong. I just want to know, what are you thinking? So if you're starting 4, if you're telling me it's going to be Levi, McNeil, it's the 2 interior guys. And then you tell me your outside is going to be. See, now Michael Brockers got to be the D tackle. There's no way of getting around it. So he says, Accor, Brockers, Levi, Flowers. All right, and the backups. Because now at this point, here's the other part of it, the backups. Who's the two backups to the interior? We know John Pennicini is one. McNeil is two. Who's the backup to the DNs? You feel okay going into it with Charles Harris at the backup in relief? You okay with that? You okay with Julian Okorie as backup to the relief? You want Julian Okorie going against left tackles? I just want to see the vision. Who's the backup to these people? Just saying. If you look at, even when we had a good D line, we had a bunch of linemen, a bunch of D linemen, because we had a strong rotation. Why? Because most of them guys are going to give you 3 downs and they got to come out for a breather. And whoever you put in got to hold up on their important down. Just saying. And that's just the D line. Let's go to the linebackers. Who's filling in for who? So when your middle linebacker Barnes is taken out, who you put in that middle linebacker? Tavai? You okay with that? When Collins need a breather, who you putting in to play behind Collins? Anzalone? This is what I'm saying. Like, yes, we can do a 4-3, but you're gonna have to make some more adjustments. We don't have the DN depth for a 4-3. I mean, we got a stand-up DN in Austin Bryant, but that's it. Why I'm saying the responsible team will look at the personnel and say, we make more sense to stay in the 4-3. Charles Harris, I'm not putting him at my DN. Austin Bryant, if you trust him at your DN, cool. But he got to stand up for me. Deshaun Hand is gone. I don't think they keep him. They just literally told Carryon, you out of here. Well, you not out of here. We trading you out of here, but your ass is still gone. So I think Deshaun Hand ass is gone. 13 games in 3 seasons, he got to go. You can't stay here. Nick Williams took a pay cut to stay here. You think they're going to give him a fair shot? I don't think so. I just don't see. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that the 4-3 is bad. I personally would want a 4-3. But if you're telling me we're going to a 4-3, we got way more work to do. Because now, not only do we need a safety, I need depth. Which means I got to go out and get a bunch of has-beens to convince them to be backups to a bunch of rookies. Good luck with that. Hand not gone. We need that depth. And he has the ability. This is make it or break it. Hand gone, bro. If I'm a betting man, I do tend to bet from time to time. They gonna get rid of Hand, bro. You can't play 13 games in 3 seasons and think you keeping your job here. Look how they just did Carryon, bro. Carryon, oh, you can't stay healthy. You got to go. And on top of that, I'm gonna give you another reason why he gone. Give you another reason, because sometimes we just need a little reason. Now, I could be wrong. I can be 100% wrong. I keep saying this because people act like I can't take an L. I take them all the time. It is what it is. You can't do this job and be right. They get $922,000 to cut Deshaun Hand. They take a $170,000 cap hit. So essentially, you're saving around $800,000 to get rid of him. The delusional Lion fan said, "You a bad man. What's up with some poker?" I never learned how to play poker. I'm older. I play Tunk. You want to play some Tunk for some money? We can talk. We want to play some spades. I never learned how to play poker. Sorry. I never learned. It wasn't a game that was available in my environment. That's the word I'm going to use. Poker was not a game mentioned in my environment. Tunk? Yes. Spades? Yes. Hell, 21? Yes. Poker? Never seen that. I ain't see that until they started getting on ESPN. Didn't know. But just in the money savings alone, bro. Just in the money savings alone, they have opportunities to do these things. It just is. This right here is not according to me. It's according to Jimbo G. He ain't been gone since the new regime came in. They clean the house. That's what I see. Shoot, that's what I see. Guy caught me in football. Strong ain't make it though. The draft, and he played more than Hen. Hen gone, bro. I just don't see how he survived. Who's our depth in my opinion? If he's gone, I think at your D tackle you're going to basically get Michael Brockers and Emil, but Brockers is going to probably bump out to the DN spot. So Brockers is going to go out to the DN spot. Emil's going to be your nose tackle. Trey Flowers is going to be your other DN. Your Russian outside linebackers is going to be Romeo and Julian. Your backups to the nose tackle is going to be Levi. Or he could end up being a starter at nose tackle. He's played it. And then John Pennicini is the backup to the other dude. So essentially, the reason why the Melvin Ingram conversation even came up is because they're trying to get more depth at that DN spot because people like Joel Heath are done. Jason, done. John Atkins, done. Austin Bryant, I think, is on a hot seat, but he's going to have to prove it in camp, but I think he's in trouble. Oh, my bad. You know what? Shout out to my man, Kobe. Let me get out here. Let me get in here real quick. Every now and then, I will stop that show for football to talk about the praises of people who are doing good in life. It's how we should be doing things. First of all, my man Kobe, say it's his birthday. Happy birthday, my little big brother. Happy birthday to you. Pride Nation, show this man some love. I see y'all already started, but don't stop there. I see emojis with the cakes. And I need to see party confetti, flames, farts. I want it all. Let that man know that this is one Pride. Happy birthday to you, young man. See, I've learned to celebrate that because we don't know how long we're going to be here. So we might as well have fun while we are. Like my man, look, JGB said it. Like Don said, we drafting with a purpose. Now, let's get back to this football for a second. You look at the depth right now, a lot of people finna get the exit. Plus, they're still waiting on the second wave because you got to think, everybody else got to cut their roster down too. There are some people on other rosters they like. And you got one guy who can't stay healthy in Deshaun Hen, and another guy who's shown that he has some flash but had some injuries, and Austin Bryant. Now, I know you think that they safe, and we're going to find out soon enough. We really are. We're going to find out soon enough. I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not. Hen and Bryant safe, in my opinion, unless we pick up somebody who gets cut. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan. I mean, listen, if they bring in Melvin Ingram, you think Deshaun Hen and Bryant is safe? Not when you can get money from Deshaun Hen? Not a lot, but you can get it. You know, let me see how much money can you get from Austin Bryant? Shoot, man, if you get rid of Austin Bryant, you're getting what, $666,000? You take a $366,000 cap hit, but they just got rid of Carryon and took a nice little cap hit. So I'm just saying, P Knuckle is paid on meth. Yeah, P Knuckle is a different beast. Yeah, I play P Knuckle with old people, and they make me feel so stupid how they talk to me. Like my aunts and my grandma. They be playing Pinochle and they talk to me like I'm just a little dumb boy for real. You little stupid little boy. Get out about this game. This ain't for you. Especially my grandma. My grandma, all of a sudden, when Pinochle come out, she go back from being 84 to like 19. She the way she talk is just not, you don't talk to people like that. I'm telling you, she gonna talk about you, get you real distracted. She gonna talk about your shoes. Well, look at your shoes. Your shoes got a little scuffs on it because you walking in some bullshit. That's how she talk to me when she gets into Pinochle. Anytime out of Pinochle, it's all love. Hey, grandbaby. Pinochle come in, she got on sunshades like she in NWA and a straight out of Compton hat. It's real. Just telling you. Let's get to another topic. Got a few more things I want to hit on. So today was a press conference with Jared Goff, and Jared Goff talked about two things. I'm going to hit on both of them. It says, I'd rather say it and be wrong than not say it and be right. I respect the hell out of that. I swear on everything I love, I respect the hell out of that. Because what happens is a lot of times people don't say something, it happened, and they come back in hindsight and go, it's 2020. I usually get my ass handed to me because I'm saying it before it happens, and then it happens. And then y'all be like, okay, he knew his stuff. So yes, I respect what you're doing. Go Lion says, I like grandma. Man, bro, you don't know. G-Ma ain't playing, bro. I'm telling you, bro. P-Knuckle come out all of a sudden. She changed, bro. I won't even play with her, dog. 100%. I won't play with her. She take her card games way too serious. She don't even like the way I shuffle. Give me them goddamn cards, little young motherfucker. That's how she talk. Right? And that could be on a Sunday at the church. But if she ain't playing cards, oh, come over here, baby. I got some cookies for you. It's some stuff like that. Never seen it in my life. That's how she get down, though. Shout out to Grandma. Thank God she don't like football. She a baseball fan. I just said. But he brought up some good points. One of the points he brought up was it was a huge vote of confidence when the Lions didn't select the quarterback. And he talked about it. And they also brought the point that when they restructured his deal, that was the writing on the wall that they had no interest in a quarterback, because before they restructured that deal, they had every possible way to be out. They could have got rid of him this year, wouldn't have cost them nothing. Got rid of him next year, wouldn't have cost them nothing. But they restructured that deal. And I know a lot of people felt like, oh, they did that just for cap purposes. But I'm like, they could have asked Trey Flowers to restructure his deal. They could have asked a lot of people to restructure their deal. They started out with Jamie Collins, and they worked their way on down. They could have asked Big V to restructure his deal. They went to the quarterback for a reason. They wanted him to know you were part of the plans, because that way, you know, we don't want you to go nowhere. Yeah, Jimbo G been 100% behind this. Jimbo, when you gonna come on the show with me? 100, man. When you getting on here with me? We need you. We need you. Detroit fan man says P-Knuckle ain't no joke. That double dack stack, bro. I don't. You bring back some memories. You gonna get me cussed out. Don't play now. Hey, JGB said y'all know his grandma from that exact reason, bro. Just saying. Telling you. My grandma used to act like that lady off of Don't Be a Menace while drinking your juice in the hood. You hit like a only when P-Knuckle and cars come out, bro. It's crazy. But he talks about this whole idea of having this vote of confidence. And it's one of the things that I often brought up to you guys. This is in the Pride Nation, that look, if you go out and trade for this dude, because he was not like some just throw in. They really wanted him. They started out trying to say, hey, you know, give us the first and Aaron Donald. And they was like, no, we're not giving you Aaron Donald and first. And they was like, all right, well, how about a second and Aaron Donald? They said no. And they said, all right, well, then forget it. So that's called negotiating. Then they came back with no, give us Jared Goff 2 first and the third, final offer. Okay, y'all killing me here. And they probably told him no at first. And they was like, well, wait a minute. You gave 2 first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey, and this is a quarterback, not a corner. So I know he worth more. And at that point, it was a locked, signed, sealed, and delivered deal. But what it did is it set it up in such a way that they had been telling us the entire time that we're going to give him a chance. It's his job to lose. One funky Lion fan with a quick fact. Dorsey in his first year with Kansas City brought in 8 guys after the final roster cut. 3 of them became starters in this whole offseason has felt like Dorsey has been calling shots. We ain't done yet. I think that's, again, it is what it is. Grandma sound like she run numbers. She used to. Facts. She used to. She told me out her own mouth. She used to. Goff is the future. You can't tell me otherwise. Grandma's a Luke. That's right. Sit down at the kitty table, little boy. Get off this table. This for grown folks over here. Grandma ain't too far behind. Shut up. All right. JGB, I can relate. My people from deep down south. I'm glad y'all understand what the culture is like. I think Goff going to ball out for us. I do too, CJ. Because here he's not going to be asked to do what he was asked to do there. He's going to be asked to manage the game. Now, every now and then you're going to need him to have to be the one to do some throws to win the game. But for the most part, he's going to be the one asked to manage the game. He's not going to be told, you got to do this, you got to do that. He's not going to be the savior. They understand the history of this team. In the past, it was all about Stafford. Throw the ball, throw it again, throw the ball. I talked to JT O'Sullivan. Shout out to him in the QB school over there. He's already working on quarterbacks for the 2022 draft class. I think the first one up is for Mills out of Liberty. Check it out. I talked to him, and he told me out of his own mouth that they will work on plays for weeks. Get to the game, and he'd be like, all right, what we calling? Throw the ball to Calvin. What? That's the game plan? That's it. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just throw the ball to Calvin. That's the problem with that. Luke, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell have given Goff a huge vote of confidence with the steps they have taken. Let's hope it pays off. Yeah, I think the offensive alignment wasn't even for him. That was more about, look, if Goff don't pan out, I should be able to plug in anybody else and keep this thing going. What do you think of Jalen Elliott playing safety? We grabbed him last year, but he got hurt and he didn't get a shot to play. He looked good at Notre Dame. I'm all for anybody getting a shot to play the role. I am. But my strong safety come with a different set of rules for me. And so is he a guy who can play inside and outside the box? Because I ain't looked at him hard enough to know. If you're telling me yes, okay, he checked one box for me. Is he a guy who's going to come in and put his helmet on you and don't care how big you are? If the answer is yes, then he checks another box for me. Does he have ball skills? If the answer is, well, somewhat, then somewhat to me is a no, and that's a box I need checked. If you're telling me that he has speed, I don't care. Is he taking the right angles to cut off the runner? So I'm looking at very specific things when it comes to certain traits, and if I don't see those in that safety, I don't really care if they are my safety or not. You got to be able to do certain things. I've already seen what it looks like to have a safety take a bad ankle. His name is Will Harris. I've seen it already. I've seen it in the film. I've talked about it. It's not going to work. Looney Tunes says, I'm not going to lie. I thought Goff was just a throw-in. And no, he was never a throw-in. We really need our linebackers this year, which is why when people come in here, Mike G, will, and say to me, talk to me about pass rushing, DNs, I don't care. I don't want to hear about that. Tell me about safeties. Tell me about linebacker depth. Remember when Lions fans were banging the table for Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tyrod Taylor? But I don't even want to get started about that. I remember that. I remember hearing to get the Tyrod Taylor talk going. I'm like, what we doing here? You know, like, what are we talking about? Jared Goff said, you like me. You really like me. What I like is this next topic I want to get to before I jump into y'all questions, which is on top of him having a vote of confidence, he says the Lions can be a playoff team rather quickly, including this year. And the first thing I thought about is he done lost his damn mind. I'm not going to lie to y'all. That's what I thought, because I only had him winning 8 games. But then it dawned on me. Didn't the Bears win 8 games and step at the playoff as a 7th seed? And it is 14 teams now making the playoffs, 7 from the NFC, 7 from the AFC. So what's the like it's not completely out of the possibility realm to be able to say they could be a playoff team this year. And I started thinking a little bit further into it, and I said, okay, well, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just buying into the hype of the Lions. Right? That's what I was thinking. But then I looked at it some more. And I looked at our opponents, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. We got a chance to get more than 8 games. Way more. And why? Because nobody knows what we're going to be. Nobody knows what we're going to do. I was talking to Mars Landon, bro, and he sent me a message, man, beautiful message. And, I never thought about it until he said it, but I went back and watched, and I was like, he's right. And he said Amon-Ra St. Brown reminds him of Hines Ward. And I be damn, I went back and watched that tape again because I had him packed as Juju Smith-Schuster, but he does have that little bit of a nasty funk to him. Don't mind getting dirty, trying to get his block on. I seen him try to attempt a few crackbacks, but I wish he had stopped that because in the NFL, your ass would get ejected. Don't do that. don't do that. But I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, is he wrong for saying that they can go to the playoff this year? No. We played the Falcons, 1 win. That's just that he split with all the teams in the division. That's 3. Falcons, 4. I'm telling y'all, I know y'all think I'm batshit crazy for saying that we're going to beat the Browns, but they're going to get the Browns to us early. They always do this. I don't know why. It's going to be an earlier game in the year, and it's going to be at the Browns, and we're going to be able to beat them. I just think we are. I'm sorry. But if you want to swap that out for something else, cool. But we play the Cardinals, and I think we can beat the Cardinals. We play the 49ers. I'm not worried about Trey Lance. We play the Bengals. They opted for the receiver. I think we're going to touch their quarterback quite often. We play the Eagles. We play the Broncos. I see wins. It's not out of the realm to believe that what he said is true, that we can make it to the playoff this year. Now, it got me to thinking, what excuses are they going to give? See, I know the Lions fan base. I know them so well, I can set my clock to them. You know what they're going to say, right? First thing first, if we go to the playoff the first year, they're going to say, see, I told you anybody could win here but Stafford. If Stafford win a Super Bowl, they're going to say it's because he had to go to a perfect team and a good coach. If Stafford them don't go to the playoffs and don't go to the Super Bowls, see, I told you Stafford sucks. In fact, I'm still working on the video for all the excuses that I'm going to hear fans say between Stafford and Goff, and I'm up to 20 of them as we speak. I know what's going to be said. It just is what it is. But the idea that we cannot make the playoff, I don't think that's the case. I think we are in good position to do exactly that, to be able to make the playoffs, to be able to be in the mix. We forget it's not 12 teams no more. There's a 7th team. And he didn't say that we had the possibility of winning the division. He said to be in the playoffs. I think that's possible. And that's no Kool-Aid. I don't even do drugs or drinks, so y'all can't say I'm high. If they do, whoever it is, I know the Lions is waiting on people to get cut. Bold take. I don't think the Rams will make the playoffs. And if they don't, then it's even more brilliant that we got those first-round picks. And Sean McVay probably getting fired. And Stafford's back to another rebuild, which sucks for him. I hope we can secure a playoff spot this year, but I'm gonna be patient and trust the process Brad Holmes is bringing. I don't think that's something that we can't not talk about. Could the Lions get that 7th seed with 8 wins? Yeah. Go Lions. What up, though? Yeah, I think it's very possible. I hope 49ers don't trade for A-Rod, then Green Bay get Lance. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, CJ, why if that happens, that's even better for the Lions. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. If that happens, is CJ, when the 49ers get A-Rod and we end up getting Lance over in this division, that's 2 wins. I had them split with the division. Now you give me another win. I'm not worried about Trey Lance. I'm not. I've seen Trey Lance just refuse to go through his reads. Not saying he's a bad player, but I've seen him refuse to go through his reads. It's our job to touch him. If the Buccaneers can fluster Patrick Mahomes, the Lions can fluster Trey Lance. Let's keep it 100. Looney Tunes says, no, look, you be smoking them red pills. And hey, I'm a red pill thinker. I'm a red pill thinker. If Goff sucks, we a top 3 pick. It is what it is. which is another reason why you don't take the quarterback this year. James Harrington, Goff is rich, pissed off, and banking a supermodel. I'm not sure what they got to do with football, but I would love to be rich, pissed off, and banging a supermodel. My girl in my eyes is a supermodel. She's beyond a supermodel. I think she's 100% beautiful. So I got maybe 2 of the 3. And I ain't talking pissed off. It's one of the 2. Well, anything is better than Rodgers. I ain't mad at you. Look at them. They in here kicking the bobos. Look, off of P-Knuckle. This P-Knuckle, I don't understand. P-Knuckle get stuff going. Let me see who else in the building. If you ain't hit that like button for me yet, please do so. At this point, I'm gonna take y'all questions because to me, I think it's a good chance we can make the playoffs. We literally control our destiny. We control it. Nobody controls our destiny but us. Keep it in 100. Y'all, any questions y'all got, shoot them. If not, hey, I see y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow with some new stuff. Let's see. I bet you Pyramid is going to go off now that has an established quarterback. Now that he has an established quarterback. I see what you're trying to say, but I got you. I think Pyramid's going to be better from this regard. He had all the pressure of being drafted high. Then he had all the pressure when he ended up going to the new team because it's like, oh, over here you should be balling out. Here he don't have no pressure. Here he knows that it's not going to go through him. It's going to go through T.J. Hockenson, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Quintez C. Watch these goddamn slot receivers, y'all. Watch how I don't even do fantasy football, but mark my words. Don't even spend a high pick on it. Get Amon-Ra St. Brown, people. These receivers finna get all type of fire. Telling you, don't do it. Luke, who do you want as a starting D-line? It's already been determined technically. I mean, you figure right now it's going to be Brockers at one DN, Trey Flowers at the other, and Levi or McNeil at the nose tackle. Then you figure at the outside, because they're going to run a 3-4 base, according to Dan Campbell. You figure it's Julian and Romeo Okor on the outside. Inside is Barnes and Collins. They go your front 7. So that's pretty much already been explained, but yeah, it's there for you. I see what you did there. Luke, so if we suck next year, do we take Theodore or a quarterback? How high do you have us picking? Are you talking about like are we picking first overall? If the answer is you're picking first overall, then I got bad news for you. Because it's going to probably more than likely be the quarterback. I don't see us picking first overall. If you're telling me we're in the top 10 and somehow that DN slide down, then now we can talk. That's not going to happen either. Delusional Line fan, appreciate your time. Luke, appreciate you. Which safety you grab, Sean or Vaccaro? Vaccaro. Only because with Vaccaro, he's not going to come in here trying to be the big man on the campus. He's going to play his part and play the strong safety part. It's going to be cheaper. So I would go with Vaccaro. So where do we rank in combined line play in the division? Do we have the best line? Hard to finish in last place with the line talent. Never heard of a bad team with good line. I got to be honest. The only piece that we need to look at is Big V at guard. Big V at guard. If Big V at guard hold up to half of what I saw on film, and I believe he will, I think the Lions walk away with the number 1 offensive line. Overall offensive line, I think they walk away with the number 1 offensive line. Why? I think they'll be able to run the ball. They'll be able to pass the ball. It's no pressure on the quarterback. It's no pressure on the outside receivers because they're not the main targets. It's all the inside guys in the run game. And then your defense job is just to touch everybody. So Right now, I would say number one. Go Lions. I got the Bengals fans mad, so we better win. Don't worry about it. Depending on when we play, their quarterback might not even be healthy by the end. Luke, so if we stuck, if we stuck, you take the quarterback. Hands down. It's not even a question. Amon-Ra bench 225 19 times. That boy is impressive. If y'all go back, I got a number of videos so y'all can know, and I can tell you what videos to go back and look at. I did a live. Well, matter of fact, it's the one with the draft people on the front. You'll see him. And I did a video of him showing him just escorting people off the field, route running, and it all. He had it all. These stupid Lion fans say St. Brown trash. I ain't got that one yet. But when they come down the pipeline, trust me, I'm going to let the ass know that this is ridiculous. Who has more pressure, Jared Goff or Stafford? Goff. Jared Goff has way more pressure than Stafford. It's a great question, too. I know everybody's like, well, Stafford got to go to the Super Bowl, and Stafford got to do this. And no, Stafford is an aging quarterback who's going to get at least 2 years to prove it. In the case of Jared Goff, he's another former overall quarterback who they're basically saying, you were so trash, we took another guy that was taken out years before you. That's what they try to say to him. And he know if he fails here in Detroit, who's going to really pick him up? Like look at all the quarterbacks who fail here. Look at Charlie Batch. He latched on to the damn Steelers, but he ended up as a career backup and basically a damn player's coach. So, yes, the pressure, I believe, is more on Goff. Goff has to be the one to prove that he can do it. Luke G, you should keep it fun after you do recaps of the Lions games during the season. You should give a weekly update on Nico Collins. Oh, bro, 100%. I had already thought of that. That's a great idea, Dominique Davis. I try to have fun through the recap. The only time I get pissed is when I know something's going to happen, and I'm like, this is why I didn't want this person to be here. But this year, I'm going to have so much fun with it because, to me, the Lions are in a position to where you really can't be upset with this season. If you believe that we are in a rebuild, then damn it, what you mad about when we lose? If you believe that we are in a retool, either way it go, we're still trying to improve, and I can't get mad at either of them. D. Mabzoon says, I say Stafford has more pressure. I mean, I'm not going to kill you for that, but I just look at it like this. If Stafford don't pan out, he's already got his legacy cemented. Goff ain't got his cemented, and he been to a Super Bowl. And now he's on a new team with a new coaching staff, with this offensive line, those running backs. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of pressure, but I get what you're saying. Do we need more offensive weapons? We can always have more offensive weapons. I wouldn't be opposed to bringing Golden Tate back. So yes, I would say yes, we need more. Houston has dips on first overall next year. Hey, you ain't got to tell me. I think the idea that we're going to be the number one team is it's ludicrous to me. It's ludicrous. I mean, how many years has Roger been going to the playoffs with no-name receivers, though? None, because he ain't been to no damn playoff with no-name receivers. That man has had receivers, y'all. Stop doing this. He took over for them in 2008. He had Donald Driver and Greg Jennings. They were Pro Bowl receivers. The years after that, he had that same thing. They gave him Pro Bowl tight ends. They gave him another set of Pro Bowl receivers, and Devontae Adams and Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb. They have given this man everything he needs. They've given him running backs, offensive linemen, tight ends, everything. He ain't never been to the playoff with no-name receivers. That's a bunch of bull. That's not true. Matthew Stafford will be trying to work his way back into Detroit when we go to the playoffs. I just think his wife was ready to get the hell out of Michigan. My man Arthur Williams in the building, he says, where them likes at, folk? Get them likes up, smash it. I appreciate it. We at 66. We can do better than that with 108 people in here. We can do it better than that. Excuse me. If we pick in first or second, I'm praying someone pays for a quarterback. In next year's draft, it's always somebody willing to pay. Always somebody willing to pay. Let me see. I'm trying to hit on as many questions as possible. Let me see. Lions don't need one pick for a quarterback. They can trade up and throw one. I mean, true. They brought in another guard named Ham. I think they did. they're getting tryouts. Imagine if we have Cap Glasgow instead of Big V. Imagine if you would stay with that toxic girlfriend. It's like at this point, it's a moot point. Sometimes it's better to move on when you move on. Trey has the lowest and highest ceiling in this draft. That could be fair. Luke, what do you think would be our biggest improvement from the last regime? Also, what just overall? I'm just the first question first. Just the fact that people like the guy calling the plays. Nobody liked it. The coaches, they didn't like the head coach. You couldn't question them. You couldn't challenge them on anything. You come off the field and say, "Hey, you told me to go here. They're throwing it over here. Stay right here." You know, that's the biggest change you're going to see. Also, what do you think would be the most exciting but on the edge of your seat game we play this year? Oh, that's a really good question. So I'm going to just give it to you 100%. It's going to be the game that y'all not going to expect. It's going to be a game that you're going to be like, why that game? I think it's going to be the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because that game, for some strange reason, is going to be scheduled late, and it's going to have a significance for us to make the playoffs. I just look at how they do the scheduling. A lot of times where it's certain games, you know, you look at their opponent, I think they set it up in a way where you get a little bit tougher schedule down the road. So I think it's the game against Pittsburgh on your edge of your seat. Luke, who do you think is picking first overall next year? I think the Texans is going to pick first overall next year because I think it's going to end up being a case where now you got to ask yourself, is Deshaun really going to go back to the Texans? They ain't really been showing them too much, support during this whole ordeal and legal battle because they're trying to distance themselves, but yet stay close. So I think it now boils down to who's going to be throwing the ball for them. It's a reason why they looked to add another quarterback in that mix because they knew there's a good chance that he probably going to not come back. So I think Houston ends up with the first pick. Luke, have you been watching any safeties in the next year's draft class? Not yet. I usually don't start that until they get into the mini camps. And the mini camps start next week. So when mini camps start, I'll start looking at some possibilities for next year. But I don't get too far into it because I don't know what our final roster is. So I'll look at a few names, and then once we get closer to the final roster, I'll look at where our holes are, and then I'll start trying to figure out what we can get in those positions. We got our guy at 7, Sewell, and Amara, my 2. I called it. I bet hot as heck. Listen, dude, you've been on it. I'm going to give you your props, Jimbo. You've been on it, bro. You've been 100% on it, and you've been knocking it out the park. And I give you your props. Anybody who think that quarterback was on the table, they're fooling themselves. Anybody who think I know, like one fucking Lion fan was like, "Oh, it's about his narrative. It ain't about my damn narrative." They got their number one guy. When you celebrating, when you are freaking celebrating while the Dolphins is putting their pick in, you like, "Oh, they taking a receiver. Oh, hell yeah, bruh." They number one guy was Sewell, so you ain't got to tell me. This is Big V last chance in the D. If he doesn't perform this season, he's gone. 100% facts, Kevin T. That's a big-ass fish you caught there, too. I can't even see what that is realistically. That is a big fish. What is that? Who's that, gar? What kind of fish is that, Kevin T? Let me know what that fish is. I caught me some lake trout, some salmon, some perch. Not too long ago, so that was cool. I'm gonna see what kind of fish that is. Like that got some good eating on it. All right, let me see more questions. I want to try to hit as many as possible, people. Let me see. Let me get on down. I'm gonna skip some, so I apologize to y'all. Let me see. How you saying pressure? You don't have to worry about that because you got guys who can do it on their lonesome. Golden Tate is probably the best free agent wide receiver right now, and I would bring him back. I would bring him back. I'm not bringing him back for no crazy price, but if he understands what we're doing here and he want to be a part of it, I would bring him back. Lions draft picks in 2022 should be safety, another wide receiver, and inside linebacker. The Lions is going to still do business this season. They can still end up trading for a safety. They can still end up picking up somebody who gets cut. We just got to be patient and see what happens and how it unfolds. Luke, don't see us drafting the quarterback until that second year of the 2 first-round picks. I can see that being the case too. You have options. I mean, let's be 100. You have options. And if you do take that D in, then buy Trey Flowers. I mean, just the reality. Let's see. Rogers is a whiny little girl. I 100% agree. Golden Tate, Watch Lions should sign D.D. Westbrook. What's the difference between D.D. Westbrook and Brashard Perryman? Like, for real. What's different? They're pretty much the same people. Barracuda? That's a Barracuda? I know they get that damn big. That was a Barracuda? Yeah, I don't want no parts of that. I watched River Monsters. My man was going through hell trying to bring one of them, man. I ain't got that kind of energy. That thing looked big for a Barracuda. Okay. They said it's a Barracuda. Man, just putting it out there. Let me see. Luke, biggest takeaway from Okuda's comments on the new regime from today. He saw the bullshit, the writing on the wall when he got here and said to himself, what did I get myself into? I guarantee you a few times he went home with the sleep and went, Jesus, listen to me. Listen. I don't care what other problems you got going on. I need you to hear me and hear me now. Get me the F up out of here or get them up out of here. One or the other. I think he saw what it was. And I think he understood that. So I don't think nobody should be shocked. The Rams game on Monday night, late in October. Okay. The Texans are the ones setting him up. Oh, damn, I didn't know that. I want to see Detroit Los Angeles game next season. That's going to be a primetime game. I'll be surprised if they made that game Thanksgiving. Let me see. I'll take 2 more. Luke, do you see us getting aggressive to trade for a safety if we start off 5-2 and try to go for it? Oh, hell yes. Oh yeah, at that point, you dig in. If you 5-2, you dig in and try to complete the process because at this point you're trying to get the best start possible. Why? It sets up everything down the road. You get free agents who see what's going on. They already get the words going around that hey man, you're gonna have fun here. You like it. Whereas under Patricia, you couldn't even have a radio in the locker room. They already put a full brand new sound system in there. They was playing corn husk during the draft. So it's going to be a different feel. They follow you around also. Big ones, huge teeth, been snorkeling. Oh, hell no. You snorkeling with barracudas? Yeah, see, River Monsters got me on that tip. I be watching River Monsters, bro, and I'm on that tip where I ain't messing with no damn barracudas. I'm just telling you right now. Need to send you barracuda to your job with Nico bringing it to you. Nico better not pull up on my job. He don't even want to see me. Yeah. Was watching Oregon spring game. This quarterback Roby Ashford looks like the truth. That name don't ring a bell to me, but now I just had to go check him out. Lawyers of the girl is the neighbors of the Texas owner. What? Yeah, they number 1 pick. I didn't know. They number 1 pick. Luke, do you think Nico Collins makes the Pro Bowl this first season? Absolutely not. 100% not. Hell no. No, I don't see him making no Pro Bowl his first season. Now, if you start a campaign on one of them Michigan pages, prove Luke G wrong, he might make it because, fan votes is a heavily part of it. But no, I don't see him doing that. I want safety. I just don't want to trade 2 firsts for Jamal Adams. Right. Yeah, I'm not with that. River Monsters is my jam. I like that, man. I like River Monsters a lot. I learned a lot about fishing and stuff, and so I just can't. I'm not big on like I got to be able to see land. I prefer to fish on land if I could. Luke, how much longer you staying live? I'm about to get off right now. Easy. I mean, if you go live a little bit later, I'll hop on with you. If you tell me you going live later, Matter of fact, if you're going live later, let me know. I tell everybody to go over there, and I'll join you for a few over there. But I'm about to hop off. I try to make the videos between 2 hours or less. Give the people something to listen to when they at work, where they hear me go on a rant. You know. Love River Monsters. You got to, man. River Monsters is the shit, man. Aren't primetime games on Monday? Yeah. So Monday, Sunday night. So that Sunday night game, that late game, that Sunday night. They try to act like Thursday's a primetime game, but nobody really gives a shit about Thursday. But generally, they're Monday and Sunday nights, and then every now and then you get that 4 to 4:30 one, which is like the game of the week or whatever. So those are your primetime games. Luke, I'm a little concerned about our wide receivers. Where other teams respect any of them, what's your take? I think it's fair for you to be concerned. But teams are going to have to respect them because when you're hitting everything underneath with the tight end, with the inside slot guys in Amon-Ra and Quintez Cephas, now you got to come up. And if you come up, those over-the-top guys got to now show their speed, and the ball got to be on point for them to get those passes. I think they're going to have to respect them because they see what we're doing. We're creating levels to our passing game. Now, when it comes to the rushing attack, these receivers, particularly certain receivers, are not afraid to block. And if for some reason any of them receivers get hurt, they're on 1-year deals anyway. There's still free agents out there. And plus, there's some other guys you can go out there and trade for. So I don't think you should be too concerned, but I understand your concern. Overall, teams are going to have to respect it because most of these receivers don't have to be great. You can scheme open receivers. Don't believe me? Go and talk to Julian Edelman. He has been schemed open the entire time, and you got people thinking he a Hall of Famer. But until they put my boy Hines Ward in there, I don't want to hear that BS about no Julian Edelman being no Hall of Famer. Sorry. Antonio Jenkins, Sunday, Thursday nights. Let me see. Make sure I don't miss nobody. You got to stay on it, get Easy in promo. Yeah, man, listen, Pronto, listen. If Easy, it depends because Easy might still be at work. So, but if he go on, we got it. Look, we need another rant. But I be trying so hard not to. You have no clue how hard I really do fight the urge to do it. But some things just push the right buttons and I lose it. Because it's like I'm sick of I don't do well with stupid. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't care what y'all say. I think Jonathan Adams is going to make the team and surprise a bunch of folks. Okay. So if he's making the team, then let's see who in the hell is off. Right? Like that's essentially what we got to look at. That's why I left the depth chart up there for a while. But if he's making a team, so Tyrell Williams, Brashard Perriman, Cephas, Amon-Ra, they go your guaranteed 4. Cliff Raymond is your special teams guy, so he's definitely making it. That's 5. You might be on to something. I mean, maybe Damian Radley don't pick up the pieces. Right? Maybe he's not getting it done. You could be on to something. Realistically. I mean, now that I look at it, yeah, you could be right that Jonathan Adams makes a team. I thought he had an injury or something, though. Maybe I'm confused about that. You want him to rant, ask him how Nico Day is, bro. I'm not. You ain't gonna give me that. Antoine says, I feel you on that, Luke. How the F is Hines Ward not in the Hall of Fame? He not in the Hall of Fame. Herman Moore not in the Hall of Fame. And I'd be damned if they put Julian Edelman in there. I'm gonna be pissed. Because at this point, all you're doing is watering down what should be exclusive to certain people. Ain't nobody ever said Julian Edelman was the top receiver. Nobody ain't ever say that. Not of his era. Nobody has ever said that. So, no. Hell no. Just saying. All right. If I was y'all, I would stay tuned. Easy may be going live. I don't know. Let me check my phone because he like to send me messages. And I tell him all the time, I really don't look at my phone when I'm doing this. So, let me see. Okay. Yeah. I don't see no message from him, so he must be Must not be there. Okay. All right. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the final thoughts, man. First of all, I want to appreciate all of y'all. I hit 110, so I appreciate that. I got 77 likes. I appreciate that. I obviously got to come back tomorrow with some stuff, so I got to get that done. I'll answer this question from BD Buster because I never used to get his. Luke, how do you think our field goal unit is going to be? It is a big part of the game. I think our field goal unit is going to be good because I think we're going to score points. And so they're not going to be used as much as we've been using them in the past. The problem is the team has been relying on our kickers. And so now we got to put points on the board. And why is my kid so hyped right now? This is what y'all see what I'm saying? I'm tell you something. Let me give y'all a quick parenting tip. When you're trying to get your kids to be relaxed and chill, don't get them no damn Danamo's yogurt. It's not as healthy as you think it is. I'm just gonna let you know right now. The sugar will have them doing what you hear my kids in the background doing now. I'm learning lessons every single day as a father. I'm not even sure what that one is hyped about. Just a few minutes ago, he was sleeping. He back up like he don't pop something. So I need to go check out what's going on. Let me get to let me get to this thing, man. Listen, we gotta get to this positive quote. Y'all gonna get me in all kind of trouble, man. Today's positive quote is one of those ones that I found on the internet. I really don't know who wrote this. I wish I knew who wrote it because I think that it was interesting. That's the word I'm gonna use. I'm trying to find a way to not make it sound crazy, but it was interesting. It says, "It is better to live on the corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife." Now, this right here comes directly, and I think this might be a biblical thing to be truthful, but I like the quote for two reasons. Because I'm starting to see a trend, people. Even when I went on my fishing trip, I've noticed that on the fishing trip, when I stopped at the gas station and when I stopped at a restaurant to get something to eat, that there was these relationships where guys were getting yelled at by toxic women. And so my point to that is this. Why waste time on people when you have options? Like, you do realize that there are more women on the planet than there are men, which means that you literally can just drop like 10 people off and find something new. My point I'm trying to make to you is stop wasting time on people who don't deserve your life minutes. They are precious. And whoever you give your life minutes to, like how you give them to me, I appreciate them. But spend that time on something more importantly. You got people who can't find no time to make you happy or smile. They just want to constantly bring you all type of drama and stuff because they ain't got nothing else better to do. It's time to cut them off. How many sons have we heard that has led us down the road to understand this? This is what you got to do. You have to 100% get it done. Get yourself out of the midst of those who are toxic. The clock was ticking the moment you was ever conceived, and now you're wasting time on people who simply want to see you gone. As Maxine Waters say, I'm reclaiming my time. Get your damn time back, people, and cherish it. And with that being said, man, as I always say, you feel me? Have a little fun, okay? And make sure you do two things for me. Don't be no chump. Please do your research. I am out. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a beautiful day. I get to go and get hassled by the children. Thank you so much. And I'll be back at it again tomorrow about 5 o'clock. So stay tuned, good people.